whole bunch of questions coming in, so I want to get to these with you, Aaron. Sure. And a warning that one of them is slightly more light-hearted than the rest. So, but I think you'll like. I think you'll be okay with it. So the first one says, "What have you had to change in your coaching style for this league? What have you learned about hockey whilst in the Elite League?"
Well, I guess I came in as a little bit of an inexperienced coach. I was more focused on the recruiting in the KHL and in the Austrian League, and then I had 2 years of head coach experience before I got here. And I think I've grown year on year, being adaptable as a coach, and I feel like communication is key nowadays in coaching. You know what I mean? Not every you can scream at some guys. Some guys need a tap on the butt. Some guys need tough love. You know what I mean? You got to figure out your group and what they need to be motivated. Has
that changed quite a lot?
Yeah.
I get the sense, from the sports that I've perhaps worked closely, that it has really changed.
It has, yeah, it really has. And for better, for worse, you know what I mean? Like I kind of grew up where you'd get yelled at and you'd get yelled at and you'd get yelled at. You know what I mean? So which was fine back then, but I think that just the dynamic of that has changed a little bit. Which for better or for worse, it is what it is, right? But I think being a little bit more adaptable, I think, to changing systems on the fly. I do coaching seminars every year and listen to NHL coaches, and I'll go watch every goal Toronto scored on the power play and try to take tendencies out and to figure out if we can add them to our systems, and if we have the personnel that can run some of the same kind of stuff. So it's a work in progress for sure. There's definitely never a lack of effort or passion or from me and my staff. We put the hours and we put the work in, and we try to do the best we can and provide the guys with being as prepared as possible. I think that's one thing that's also changed in the game, like the amount of video that goes into the preparation side of the pre-scout prep, the post-game review, all that kind of stuff now is, it's time consuming, but it's rewarding.
This one says, what is your team's biggest strength? And do you see any potential area of weakness at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little early. We've only had the guys out there for a week to go strength versus weakness. I guess from a weakness side of things, I kind of touched on it earlier, but we don't have a lot of league experience. Like the new guys, I didn't bring anyone from other teams in the league, so all of those new players don't have elite league experience and the understanding of, how important these early season games are in the league, because it's basically a 7-month playoff here in the UK. I think our biggest strength is probably going to be depth. We have we're going to have 4 really good lines of hockey players with an extra. Who that may be, I'm not sure yet. Maybe there'll be some niggles that we can give some guys some rest throughout the year because it's a long year when needed. But I've got some good ideas how I'm going to start the year, but we're going to have some real good players playing on our third and fourth line, which is a positive, I think, and it's going to create some internal competition for better ice.